Hi, and thanks for joining us today to talk about safe shutdown procedures on medium wheel loaders. Whenever you're performing any sort of service or maintenance on a machine, it's important to know all the sources of potential energy and how to isolate them and de-energize them. First thing you're going to want to do when shutting a machine off is make sure you ground your bucket or implement. Put the bucket on the ground using the joystick. Use your implement lockout to lock out the implements. Use your park brake switch to lock out the park brake. And then you can turn the machine off using the key switch. Make sure when you get out of the machine you're using the proper technique. 3 points of contact with the stairway and face the machine. Now that we've grounded the bucket, the next thing we want to do is lock our articulation joint. Make sure the machine is off when you do this. The articulation lock is down here. We just rotate that around and install the pin. Now that we've locked the articulation joint, the next thing we're going to do is block our tires. Make sure you're using a block that's big enough for the machine you're working on. In most cases, the block needs to be at least half the height of the sidewall of the tire. Some medium wheel loaders have blocks as an attachment that stay with the machine, so if they come with it, use the blocks that come with the machine. Back down with the machine off, we know we're going to put the bucket down completely flat and level on the ground. So to do this with the machine in the auxiliary position, we just lower the bucket to the full position and to the tilt-in position. Once the bucket is completely on the ground, move the joystick in all positions, and that'll relieve the rest of the hydraulic pressure. If your machine is equipped with ride control, press and hold the ride control button for 2 seconds. This will put it into service mode and you'll hear the pressure automatically relieve. With the brakes, to relieve the brake pressure, just keep pressing the brake pedals multiple times. With the display on, you will see an indication that says brake pressure is getting low, and you will also feel a change once the pressure is all gone in the pedals to know that you've completely relieved the system. For steering pressure on a machine like this with EH controls, as soon as you shut the machine down, the pressure starts to relieve itself. Once all this has been done, now you can turn the implement lock back on and turn the key switch back off. For machines with Tier 4 final emissions packages, you'll also have to allow time for the DEF system to purge. In the ground level service center, there's an indicator light that says when this purge is active. Once that light is turned off, it means the purge is complete and now you can shut down the machine. Remember, after a machine's been running for a while, things are going to get pretty hot, so you'll want to allow plenty of time for different components to cool off. We're going to open up the hood to show you the radiator and the exhaust components. Before opening the hood on these wheel loaders, make sure the rear shelf is cleaned off and everything is clear behind the machine. The switch to raise this hood is in the ground level service center. And now allow some time for the coolant system and the radiator cap and all the exhaust system to cool down before doing any service or maintenance. For joining us today to talk about safe shutdown procedures on medium wheel loaders. As you can see, it's very important to know all the potential sources on this machine and how to properly isolate them and de-energize them. Remember what we talked about, our recommendations. You still need to follow all local laws and guidelines for your area when shutting down a machine. Thanks and have a safe day.